Hey everyone, and welcome. Ever wonder what it really takes to become a DevOps engineer? I mean, it's one of the hottest roles in tech right now, but the path to get there can feel, well, a little mysterious. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on that whole journey and show you how to go from zero to a DevOps pro. So let's just start with the biggest question of all. You see the job title everywhere, right? But what does a DevOps engineer actually do all day? Are they a developer or an operations guru? Well, the simple answer is they're the bridge. They're the ones who connect the world of creating the software with the world of keeping it all running smoothly for you and me. And that whole idea of being a bridge gets us to our first big point here. To really get the job, you have to understand the revolution behind it. DevOps isn't just another job title someone cooked up. It represents a massive, fundamental shift in how we build, test, and deliver software. At its heart, DevOps is really a cultural philosophy. The whole goal is to bring the development team, the folks writing the code, and the operations team, the people keeping the servers online, and get them working together. The idea is to break down those old walls so that companies can get high-quality software out the door way, way faster. This quote I saw from a software engineer on Reddit just hits the nail on the head. You can't just hire one DevOps person and expect miracles. It's a whole company mindset that's built on collaboration, communication, and, this is the big one, automation. And this comparison really drives the point home. In the old traditional IT world, teams were stuck in their own little silos. Everything was manual and slow, which meant you had these big, infrequent, and frankly, pretty risky software releases. The DevOps way just flips that whole model on its head. It's all about constant collaboration, automating everything you possibly can, and pushing out a continuous stream of small, safe updates. Okay, so why does this shift matter so much? Why is DevOps one of the most in-demand jobs in all of tech? Well, it all boils down to the incredible value it creates. You get both speed and stability. And for decades, people thought those two things were total opposites. Look, companies are pouring money into DevOps for some really clear bottom-line reasons. They get their products to market faster. When something breaks, they can fix it more quickly. They have way less downtime when they release new features. And by automating all the boring, repetitive tasks, engineers get to focus on innovation, and everybody feels a much bigger sense of ownership over the final product. It's a win-win. So how is all this speed and stability even possible? I mean, how do they actually do it? Well, a huge piece of that puzzle is a practice called infrastructure as code, or IAC for short. And let me tell you, this is a total game changer. So what IAC means is that you define your entire infrastructure. We're talking servers, networks, databases, the whole shebang, using code. Instead of some admin manually clicking buttons in a web console, you write definition files. These files become the one and only source of truth for your entire system, and you can track changes, test them, and review them just like any other piece of code. The impact of this is just massive. I mean, check this out. Some teams have reported up to a 90% reduction in outages that were caused by simple configuration mistakes after they fully adopted IAC. It makes sense, right? When your infrastructure is code, it's repeatable and consistent, which just slashes the chances for human error. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get into the fun stuff, the how. What are the essential tools and skills you absolutely need to master to become a DevOps engineer? And listen, as you start building up these skills, going after a professional certification like this one from AWS is a fantastic way to validate your expertise. It's a really clear signal to any employer that you've got a deep understanding of the key areas and that you're serious about your craft. So what are those key areas? This chart here, which is based on the AWS exam guide, gives us an awesome data-driven look. It's really no surprise that automating the software development lifecycle, the SDLC, is the biggest piece of the pie. That's the heart of continuous delivery, but you can also see just how critical things like configuration management, incident response, and monitoring are to the role. And if we dive a little deeper into that monitoring slice, a modern term you're going to hear all the time is observability. This is about more than just old school monitoring. It's about building systems that can answer questions you didn't even know you had. It's not just about knowing that something is wrong, but having all the data from logs, metrics, and traces to understand exactly why it's wrong. So let's break down three of the big players in this space. The EOK stack is basically the undisputed king of managing logs. Prometheus is purpose-built for collecting time series metrics, like CPU usage over time. And Grafana is the absolute go-to for creating beautiful dashboards to visualize data from almost any source.
A lot of the time, teams will actually mix and match these, using the best tool for each job to get that complete picture. Okay, we've got the destination in mind, we've got our toolkit packed. Now it's time to actually hit the road. Let's map out a clear, step-by-step path for your journey from a total beginner to a DevOps pro. Seriously, having a structured roadmap is absolutely key. You don't want to just randomly learn a bunch of tools without any context. A good roadmap guides you through all the concepts in a logical order, building your knowledge one layer at a time and making sure you don't have any of those critical gaps. We can break this whole journey down into 3 main phases. First up, the beginner phase, where you'll get a handle on the foundational skills that everything else is built on. Then you'll move to the intermediate phase, where you'll tackle the core DevOps technologies that are used every single day. And finally, in the advanced phase, you'll learn the tools that let you automate and manage massive, complex systems. You have to start with a solid foundation. You absolutely must be comfortable on the Linux command line. You need to understand basic networking concepts. Version control with Git is completely non-negotiable, and a scripting language like Python is essential for all the automation you'll be doing. Whatever you do, do not skip these fundamentals. Once that foundation is rock solid, you're ready to move on to the core tech. Pick one major cloud provider like AWS and go deep. Get really good at containerization with Docker. Learn how to build those automated CI/CD pipelines with a tool like Jenkins. And then you've got to tackle the big one, container orchestration with Kubernetes. It's pretty much the industry standard now. And finally, this is where you really level up to the advanced skills that let you automate at a massive scale. This is where you master configuration management with something like Ansible, infrastructure as code with Terraform, and build out robust monitoring systems with tools like Prometheus. This is the toolkit that makes you a total force multiplier on any engineering team. So, why go through all this? Well, the career growth and, let's be honest, the financial rewards are pretty significant. Just look at this data for India in 2025. The demand for these skills creates a really clear and lucrative career path. As you move from those foundational skills to mastering the core and advanced tech on our roadmap, your value and your salary in the market just grows and grows. So to wrap all this up, just remember this: DevOps isn't just one thing. It's a philosophy of collaboration and always getting better. It's brought to life by a powerful set of automation tools, and mastering both of those sides opens the door to an incredibly challenging, dynamic, and really rewarding career. The demand for these skills, it's only going to skyrocket as more and more of our world is defined by software. The future is literally being automated right now, as we speak. So the only question left is, are you ready to be one of the people building it?